Hello, and we are live. Hi. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Krisha, I'm so excited about today's episode. It is our 36th episode of Filipino Hustle Fridays. And before we dive in, let me give a quick intro for those of you who are not familiar. Filipino Hustle Fridays is all about featuring Filipino Americans, even across the world, because we keep getting even some from overseas. We featured entrepreneurs from Dubai, in Canada, and just everywhere, even England, London. Yeah, so it's been amazing. Just within just a little under 40 episodes, we've met so many talented Filipinos and especially Filipino Americans. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
And I will give everyone a quick intro of you, and then we'll dive into your story. So if I this is one of the things I didn't do in our pre-show prep, but I hope I say this right. It's Krisha Militante.
Yes.
Okay. So she's the founder and owner of Diosa Blooms, a floral studio in San Francisco that celebrates culture, creativity, and community through flowers. What began as a passion project creating floral arrangements out of the back of a car has blossomed into a beloved neighborhood business known for its bold floral designs, meaningful storytelling, and commitment to uplifting others. Together with her family, she has built a brand that honors Filipino heritage, supports local farmers and small businesses, and creates spaces where culture, connection, and creativity flourish. So there's some fun facts we can talk about throughout the conversation. So one of the first questions I wanted to ask you was like, did you grow up there in San Francisco Bay Area?
I did. I grew up in the Bay Area, Hercules exactly. And then I moved to the city in 2011, I believe, because I went to school out here at SF State, not for flowers, but other stuff. But I kind of knew that I wanted to do something else other than what I was doing in school already. So, yeah.
That's awesome. It's funny because I had friends from Hercules
Yeah, there's a lot of
in that
Filipinos.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah, all over the Bay.
a lot of Filipinos there. And my parents, they both worked in San Francisco. My mom works at General Hospital. My dad works from uni. So we were always in the city, and I used to commute with them to work because we didn't have any care, um, any daycare at the time. It was just my
Yeah.
parents commuting and switching off. So we used to come to work with them. Like I used to go to work with my mom at SF State. So
Oh my gosh, that's
I was
awesome.
like, I kind of like knew I wanted to be in the city regardless. And so when I went to SF State for school, I was like, this feels right.
Yeah, my parents commuted a lot too. It's amazing. So when did your parents move? Did they move from the Philippines as well,
Oh,
or?
he did. Oh, God. I think my dad said he was maybe 18 when he moved out here. He moved to, my grandpa was working from uni a long time ago. So he brought my dad and his siblings and my grandma out. I don't remember what year, but I do know my dad was 18 and they moved over to Richmond, California, and then eventually settled in like Pinole and Hercules area. Um,
Yeah, that's young.
yeah, and then my dad like flew back to the Philippines to marry my mom and brought her back here.
Aw, oh my gosh, long distance relationship.
Yeah.
So, okay, so going back to, you being in the Bay Area there, and so you basically stayed like, did you stay in Hercules and commuted as well after going
No,
into?
I just stayed in the city.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to plant myself here. And I've
So
been here.
when did you start your business?
Um, I think the business started in about maybe 2017. So I had graduated SF State in 2016. And then I was working at a different flower shop at the time. I'm still in the Mission District of San Francisco, and they went out of business. But I was really in good terms with the owner, so he was like, you could keep my accounts if you want to just, continue doing the flowers for them. So that was a way for me to get started and get my foot in the door for a lot of floral like opportunities
Wow.
to continue pushing as my own like business. So I was really blessed with that opportunities, and I was able to like create Diosa Blooms in 2017 with a really good friend of mine. Um, and we started it together. And then it, in 2019, she was moving from place to place. So I kind of like did the work like on my own. And my sisters were really into the flower work that I was doing. They're like, this is so cool. Like, how can we help? And so my two younger sisters ended up helping me, whether it was like with taxes, accounting, even like helping like clean up the flowers and making bouquets. They were helping in any way they could. And then in 2019, we were able to open up a small studio. And that studio was really small. I think it was like 500 square feet, really small, but we were able to make some work happen in that space. And, like we were in partnership with a grocery store at the time called Epicurean Trader. And I think they're mainly San Francisco. I think they have like 5 locations in San Francisco. But we were like their consignment florist. So we would supply the flowers, drop it off to their market, and whatever sold, like we got a percentage of it. So that was able to that that partnership would like allowed us to really like solidify our business, I feel like. And we were able to be like, okay, like, no, we're doing numbers. Like we could really do something with this. Cause I was working at that time when we were with the flower studio and my sister's helping in 2019, I was working full time as a lead designer for a different business. And my sisters, one was still in school and the other one was working full time for something for the city, like something under the environmental department for the city. So we weren't really full time with Diosa Blooms yet, but after, or maybe it was mid COVID, my sister, who was looking into the accounting and our bookkeeping, and she was like, "You're actually really making a decent profit, and I think you could quit your job and actually do this full time." And I was really nervous, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's just do it. Like, let's see what happens and see where this goes. So I ended up quitting my job and really like pouring into Diosa Blooms full time. Um, and I think mid COVID during 2020, we were driving around the Mission doing some flower deliveries, and my sister was like, "That spot right there, it's super cute. I think we should look into that location and see like how much the rent is. Maybe we could have our store there." And yeah, we called them, and I was like, "Wow, that was a lot faster and easier than I thought. Like the turnaround was really quick. We ended up signing the 5-year lease like in a week." And we've been here since.
Wow. I love that aspect of the story that your sisters were involved and
Yeah,
how they really believed in your talent and they
they,
just supported you.
they really did. And after my youngest sister was in college, after she graduated, she ended up joining us full time, and she is such an amazing florist. Like she takes lead in a lot of the designs now. And um, my middle sister, who was the one who was like, "You could quit your job and really do this," like she was always supportive in all areas. And she's they like both my younger sisters have such a creative eye, and I think because they're younger than me, they really keep up with trends online, and they have such a fresh eye for design. And like I honestly think they're a better designer than me, like to be honest. Like they're really good.
Wow, so they're also like pretty heavily involved in the business, and I love the
Mhm.
name Diosa Blooms. It's
Yeah.
inspired by the meaning God. Is it Diosa means goddess?
Yes.
Both Tagalog and in Spanish?
Yes. So, like I said, Diosa Blooms was created by me and my friend. My friend, her name is Jasmine. She was Mexican, so she was like, "We should do Diosa. Like, it means goddess in both our languages." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, like let's do it." And I almost changed it when she like left and like did her own thing. But my sisters and my mom were like, "No, we love the name. Just keep the name." And Jasmine ended up coming back to work with us when we opened the store in 2020. And I love her. Like she has elevated the business in so many ways. Like she was working with us again from 2020 to I think maybe just a year ago. She moved to New York and then LA. Still as a florist, and every now and then she'll give us a call and be like, "Hey, I have some business for you. Can you take care of this?" So yeah, it's all love.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So I like how also here in my notes, it says that it the brand Diosa Blooms encourages people to embrace their authentic selves, nurture self-love, and celebrate the power within. So I love that. And just how it sounds.
And we
And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna add to that. Like we definitely like to embrace our inner goddess and as much as possible try to reflect whatever energy we're creating through the flowers. So we're really intentional with picking out our flowers and how we arrange it to be like a full diosa arrangement.
And the floral business industry is not that easy, really. Like it's almost restaurant businesses similarly, you know.
It's really hard work. It's a lot of like physical and mental work. Like a lot of people walk into our store and they see us making bouquets and they're like, "Oh my god, this is a dream. Like it must be so nice to work with flowers. Like we're just frolicking with flowers." Like, and I'll just nod and agree, but really like behind closed doors, it's a lot of buckets of water. It's a lot of cleaning up the flowers. Like we go through a lot of thorns in the leaves. We find a lot of caterpillars, ladybugs, um, snails, lots of snails. So it's a lot of physical work to get the flowers pretty enough to be presentable. So yeah, it is
And
a
you've
lot.
got, yeah, I want to feature your work and make sure that I share that too. Being located in the corner storefront at San Francisco's Mission District, that's also very expensive, right? Like just having a storefront, any location in San Francisco is very expensive.
It really is. I almost gave up a couple times because I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh my god, this is a lot more expensive than I thought." And when we started the business, I didn't really come with a business mindset. I would say, like to me, it was
Mhm,
more so um, like a side hustle
mhm.
on top of my full time. So when I went full time with this, I feel like I was totally not prepared with how much capital I really needed to really start the
Mhm.
business and like actually having like a solid business plan for the next 5 years. That was kind of blurry when I was starting.
Mhm.
Um, so I didn't really come with a lot of like business experience coming with it, and I feel like throughout the years I just ended up learning a lot. Like oh, okay, this is what I should do. This to improve for next year. So every
Yeah.
year I feel like I get a little bit better because the
What do you
flower
find
market
that's
is,
helping you?
huh?
What
Sorry.
are you finding that's helping you in terms of like strategy and
I would say just really being transparent about pricing, just because the city is so expensive and having a business in the city is so expensive. And I feel like being Filipino, I was really raised to be as frugal as possible. And that reflects in how I in my business, because I'm like, well, I want people to be able to afford the flowers. Like, is this something that if I was walking by, like, would I be like, wow, is this decently priced or is it too expensive? So I kind of had to find like the right balance of making it affordable, but still being able to profit and take care of this business, because this business really takes care of my whole family because we're a family business. So, like, with that in mind, I can't hold back on anything, because like this business is really taking care of me, my sisters, and my cousin that we that joined our business too. So I really have to hold my ground on like being stern on like what makes sense for all of us. And with with having that confidence and holding my ground on that, I just felt like it wasn't a problem for other people. Like they'd
Yeah.
be like, "You're right." Like, and oftentimes, like a lot of people come into our store and actually let me know, like our flowers and pricing is actually pretty decent. Like it's, they often tell me like it's, a lot cheaper than most. And I'm like, okay, that's really good to hear, because we really do try to make it like affordable as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen your beautiful work. Eventually, at some point, I mean, because the costs are rising, so I think
Mhm.
people will understand you still have to, like, factor that in, and it's good that your sister has some financial background and, um but also pricing it because of the brand value that Diosa Blooms has, and it seems like it's almost like you can up your price. Maybe not as much as, because you don't wanna price out the customers that you wanna serve.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I've had a client too who does luxury weddings, and she's a florist over here in the Southeast, and so she's also trying to balance that too. But you gotta pay. You are valued high. You should be valued high. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you do weddings, right, and corporate events, I'm guessing.
Yes. So we have our retail store that's open Monday through Saturday. And then, as much as possible, for, whoever's down to book with us, we do, um, personal parties, corporate parties, and weddings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lots.
and I see like you've had clients like let me make sure I share this. It's on your Instagram. Like Disney, right?
Yeah. Well, that was Disney Resort.
Oh, Disney Resort. Still,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. We were
For sure.
doing some marketing for Lunar New Year downtown.
Mm.
Yeah. So the way
So
we
is
book
that
a
yeah.
lot of these corporate events is by a lot of our work from social media. Some event planners will see it and they'll reach out to us and see what we could do for their event.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's our family team. So that was me, my sister, and my cousin.
Beautiful. Nice. And then also I think here you did something for a special event here.
Yeah, that was
Co-founder
for
of Gap, Doris Fisher.
Doris Fisher. She was the co-founder of Gap. Her and her husband founded Gap. Um, that was a really fun project. That was our first
That's
time
really
doing
cool.
car installation. Um, but we worked with Gap pretty frequently. But before this car project, we were, I would say, their lunch florists. Like they would only hit us up for like a couple of flowers for whatever lunch they were hosting. Um,
Hmm.
but we were doing that for a couple, like maybe half a year, and then they were like, "Hey, like we love your work. We wanted to see if you're open to doing bigger projects with us." Um,
Cool.
and so we ended up working with one of their creative managers to set this up. And
Oh,
since
it's
then, we've
beautiful.
been doing a lot more with Gap. Like they have they have been really good to us.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we touched on your business and you're there. You've got your shop and everything, and you're still doing events. Speaking of events, you said, aren't you like getting ready for another wedding? You
Yeah.
guys.
We have a wedding tomorrow in Oakland, which was also booked. The couple booked us through their wedding planners. So we work with a lot of event planners, whether it's small wedding event planners to corporate event planners. We're a preferred vendor for a couple hotels downtown, which gives us a lot of business because when couples inquire with the hotel, they have a preferred vendor list and they'll usually reach out to us. We're also a preferred vendor for San Francisco City Hall. So a lot of people getting married at City Hall will reach out to us for like a couple flowers to just hold or for their ceremony, which we've been their vendor for maybe a year and a half now. And it made me realize like a lot of people fly into San Francisco just to get married, which is pretty cute.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the clients that reach out to us from San Francisco, from City Hall are like from LA, New York. I have one coming in from Texas. Yeah.
Wow. I wonder. It makes me curious, like why they picked San Francisco. Maybe there's
Also,
probably a story behind it.
but, you know, when I like think about it, I'm like, well, San Francisco is charming. The City Hall is beautiful, and the hotels downtown are actually really beautiful too. So I'm like, you know what, I see it. Like I might be biased, but I really do love this city.
No, I know. I think I briefly mentioned, like, I grew up in Daly City, so
Okay.
I get homesick once in a while. I went to Westmore High. So when you speaking of high school, did you go to Hercules High School? Is that what it's called? Oh, that's so funny. I had friends that went to Pinole Valley High.
But Hercules High School is a newer school, so I think when I was like 15, or not 15, maybe 12, that's when they opened up Hercules High School. So it was really new, and so usually or before the Hercules High opened, everyone went to Pinole, but after they opened it, then they were able to transfer.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. I guess that's crazy. So I didn't realize how new it was. But
it's a new school.
I drove by there all the time when my parents moved mid-high school to Fairfield. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's that random small city between Davis and Hercules.
The thing about doing flowers in the Bay Area is that we get orders and requests from all over the Bay Area. And because of that, I feel like I've been blessed to see a lot of the Bay Area. Like I'm very familiar with the peninsula, the East Bay, NorCal even. Very familiar with the city. Like we could get our way around San Francisco, Oakland area because we do deliveries everywhere.
Despite the traffic.
Yes.
We will make it on time.
Yes. And I think we've even maybe not mastered, but we've definitely gotten a good idea of when to deliver in certain areas.
Oh, that's so smart. That's you can give people tips behind the scenes, like how to get around.
Especially so 7 miles by 7 miles, but certain areas, like we're in the Mission District, if we have a flower delivery that's going towards Golden Gate area, that could take us 45 minutes to get there and 45 minutes to get back to our shop, depending on the time. So it is. It's really insane because being from Hercules, it only takes 30 minutes to drive to Hercules.
Yeah.
So I have a pretty lenient idea of time and travel in the city. I'm always looking yeah, okay, that's not going to take too long. Or I'm always thinking how if we accept that order, how long will it take us to make it, deliver it, and come back.
You have to get really smart about commuting around the city, and I can't imagine running a business from there.
Through Uber, which has been really helpful. Uber has been a really helpful third-party delivery for us because they'll send out everyday arrangements for us. But for certain things like weddings or any order that's really big and needs more attention to detail, then either me or someone from our family team will send it out. And that always takes a little bit more time. It's worth it because we're pretty particular. We don't want, the 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 care and maintenance of delivering the flowers is just as important as making the flowers, because someone who drives crazy or doesn't know how to take care of the flowers during the transportation could really do a lot of damage. And I've seen like our vases flip over, like, or kind of like it's like completely wet, no water in the vase.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, so we do a lot of we put in a lot into packaging, and definitely for bigger items like weddings or any events, like we have to be the ones to deliver.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And I know you're in the middle of getting ready for a wedding, so I want to make sure I give you enough time to conclude and wrap up, because can you imagine 30 minutes have flown?
I didn't
So
realize, like, it's 2 o'clock already.
I know. So to give you a chance to give words of inspiration for any Filipinos out there, I would love for you to just kind of give us your words of wisdom. What would you tell yourself, from when you first started your business? Now knowing what you know now, what would you tell yourself or to anyone considering starting a business?
Definitely hold your ground, know your worth, and um, stay positive. That hard work has to learn somewhere, because especially when you're first starting a business, like, you might feel like, what am I doing, like, is this going to work out? Just continue to see your vision, and follow through, because that hard work has to land somewhere. Like, it just has to, is what I believe anyways. Like, I feel like you won't just be working hard for nothing. Like, something will happen if you just keep pushing. Um, and especially for Filipino entrepreneurs, know that community is so sacred, and a lot of the times people will reach out to us or will walk into our store and just support our business simply because we're Filipino. And I think that's like the sweetest thing ever. Um, so, like, just keep in mind that the community wants to see you shine. They want to see a familiar face thriving, and that inspires them. So just, continue to just keep pushing forward, because it's inspiring someone.
And there's so many positive developments happening in our, among Filipino entrepreneurs and
Mhm.
successful celebrities. And so it's really exciting to watch and see and be a part of telling stories like this. So thank you for taking the time to tell
Yeah,
us your story and
thanks for
whipping
having
up the nice
me.
background
I know
for
that
anyone. You did that quick.
I had to. Well, part of like my profession is being able to pivot and make something happen in a very short time, even if it means like making something out of nothing. Like, I was like, I could do this. Like, we could do this. And it happens a lot in actual like day of events. Like, sometimes, actually a lot of times, a planner or someone from another team will be like, oh my god, like, we actually have this amount of tables, or we messed up here, can you make something happen? And I've been through
Wow.
times where I'm just like, just tell me what you need, I got you.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You
Yeah,
you really pull through for people. So,
I know.
and
I can't even tell you how many times people tell us that we have saved their day.
I believe it, and, like, your energy and calmness and just like, oh man, I can't imagine, like, I don't know how you do it. So,
It's
really
not
inspired by
right
you.
now. Like, during the actual like production, like, it could get real hectic, like really hectic. And because I'm like the owner of the business, oftentimes people or planners will only talk to me to ask for something. So in the middle of work, they're always like, "Do you have a minute? Do you have a minute?" I'm just like, "I'm running out of minutes, but sure." And my sister even mentioned it last week. She was like, "You're the owner. Like, you have to talk to everyone, and you probably don't do a lot of designing anymore." And it made me think, like, it's true. I don't actually do a lot of designing these days. Like, I'm talking to people, I'm emailing people, I'm like if anything, I'm doing a lot of mood boards, like online work now, because I have to like create like a mock-up for clients before they actually book with us. So I do a lot of that more than actually physically designing. Like right now I'm talking to you while my sister's busting out the wedding stuff. But that's why I say, like, you know, she's really like held down the lead designing these days, and she's such a talented florist that, like, even sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I like this, and I'll call her for her opinion. So it's really me taking a step back from actual floral designing has allowed my sister and my cousin to take a step forward in their designing. And I think that's really fun for them because, you know, like we do a lot of stuff. So out of everything, the actual flower designing is probably the most fun for them. So I like to be able to give that to them.
It makes sense. You're representing the brand, the company, and you're doing business development. You're following up with sales, you know, opportunities too. So like, because if there's no one like you, then who's going to pay for the rest of the team and everything? So you need that. So it's very important what you're doing. So thanks again for doing this. I would love to, you know, if there's any other announcements you'd love to share to our community, we'd love to reshare it on our newsletter. So please keep in touch. Uh-oh, it looks like it froze for the last minute. Hang on there, Krisha. I'll go ahead and sign us off. See you on the other side. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Love to hear from you again and feature the next guest. Love you guys. I see she's back on, so I didn't end it yet.
I'm so sorry. It cut out for me, and I was like, okay, let me try to exit and jump back in.
I was gonna like sign off, and then I was like, oh wait, she's back on.
Sorry about that.
No. Do you want to conclude really quick? I was fighting. I told Krisha earlier I was fighting a cough that like randomly hits me from like getting sick over the weekend. So I was like muting myself, and then she's back on.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed giving you the whole like recap of how we became here in Diosa Blooms in the mission. So this was fun. Definitely like a good like relaxation from everything else going on in our shop. So I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best and more growth and more success for your family business.
Thank you.
I hope more people, I mean, high like celebrities even, you know,
I
high
hope
profile
so
individuals.
too. That's definitely something we're really looking forward to. So maybe the next time I talk to you, I could give you something about that, because hopefully we get something like that.
Yes, absolutely. No doubt. Well, thanks, Krisha. I'll see you on the other side. And thanks again for joining us today. I'll see you.
Of course. Take care. Bye.
Bye.